guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a first impressions video on the Nikkietutorials X Beauty Bay collaboration palette. So I am really excited to show you guys this eye look as well as some swatches. So if you're interested in seeing all of that, just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, I just want to say welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on my channel. I do upload every other day, so you do get quite a bit of content from me. I hope you will consider subscribing so you can keep up with all my antics here on YouTube. So without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay guys, so when I first saw Nikkietutorials announce that she was collabing with Beauty Bay, I got really excited because the Mama Mitchell collab with Beauty Bay is like a palette that got away from me. It was limited edition, and my friend Paulina here on YouTube makes that palette look so bomb that I always kept lusting for it. I even had it in my cart for a while. That Beauty Bay had actually discontinued that palette, which I was kind of bummed about. So when I saw that they were collabing with Nikkietutorials, I was like, now is my time to try the Beauty Bay formula, so let me get on it. So I did hop on launch day and I was able to pick this up. I think the palette went live a little bit earlier than we had been told, so I didn't have any problems grabbing it. So I'm sure you guys have already seen what it looks like, but here is the inside. It's got the two mirrors, and then here is the back. I honestly don't hate this as much as I thought I would. When I saw it in the announcement video, I thought it would be kind of annoying, but I just kept it on my table the whole time I was filming, so hopefully you guys don't mind that. But I was definitely very confused by the color story. I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't get it. Will I actually use it and whatnot? So I definitely asked myself those questions. But again, like I said, I was so curious to try Beauty Bay's formula because so many of my friends here on YouTube that shop from Beauty Bay frequently really seem to enjoy it. So I did go ahead and snag it. So those are kind of my initial thoughts. I also wanted to show you guys, here is the outer box. There's also a little message from Nikkietutorials, and I got one of her pop sockets, so I will definitely have to put this on my phone later because I'm excited. And the packaging's cute. It has like this beautiful glitter packaging. I definitely feel like Nikkietutorials has been through a lot. I can't remember when that whole tea thing happened with somebody like blackmailing her and like forcing her to come out as transgender and stuff like that. I can't imagine going through something like that, so I definitely do admire Nikkietutorials. I don't watch her channel often, but I think that was something that really nobody should have to go through and to be outed like that. So I really do admire her courage in that situation. And then I think she had also mentioned that her house had gotten broken into. Like, I can't imagine going through something like that. So anyway, all those reasons kind of definitely made me really curious about this palette, and I bought it. So let's swatch it because holy smokes, I've seen a lot of people not loving this palette too much. So I want to swatch it first. So there's 5 shades. Here are the first 5. We have Redemption, Blend and Snap, Ivy, Slasher, and 5 AM. So there are the first 5 shades. And this palette definitely feels like an eyeshadow pigment palette. So if you guys like to blend, just keep that in mind. I feel like I have to work differently with pigments than other eyeshadows in general. So I just like to mention that for you guys in case. So here is in the next row, we have Roxy Catan, VLA, Mikai, I think, and that's her brother's name, Mila, and Underground. I have pretty much given up on yellows at this point in palettes on my skin tone, just because no matter how hard I try, I feel like they never really show up on me. So I've decided like there's no point trying to make yellows happen on my skin tone. But there are the swatches of the second row. So here is the third row. We have Plot Twist, Aura, Basic Truth, Basic Truth? I don't know how to say that. Basic Truth, All In, and Ew. I did use Ew quite a bit today. So there is the third row swatched. And then here's the last row. We have Pride, Zahmer, Mama Tutorials, Amsterdam and Nikkietutorials. Oh, started from the wrong side. Oh my goodness, I'm on the struggle bus today. Sorry, I had to swatch that a little bit out of order because I'm not very smart. So there are the last 5 shades of the palette. I'm trying to cover up my eyes so it doesn't focus on my eyes. But yeah, there it is swatched out. Honestly, I really think this is swatching nicely. I love the shimmers. There's like 2 different formulas. I think there is a drier shimmer like this shade Tutorials that feels more like a powder, whereas this shade Pride, Aura, I think All In, Underground, all of them except I think Tutorials felt the same way. They feel like Super Shock shadows where if you press in, it's gonna like make a little dent in the eyeshadow pan. So just keep that in mind. I personally don't hate that metallic formula at all. It's very almost like wet to the touch, and I really like that. I know some people don't like that. For me, I don't have a problem with it. It's definitely very flaky and beautiful. This is the shade Pride. This is the one I have on my eyelids today. Look at that duochrome deliciousness. So I think that's a really beautiful shade in the palette as well. So my friend Amy, she did comparison swatches where she compared the Nikkietutorials palette against the Pinky Rose palette. That Pinky Rose like accused Nikkietutorials of like plagiarizing their palette, which I thought, honestly, I thought that was a little bit ridiculous. Like that was like a stretch. That was like a serious stretch. So it was nice that Amy had the Pinky Rose palette to compare it to. So I will try to remember to link Amy's video down in my description box in case you guys are curious, in case you have the Pinky Rose palette and you're wondering if you need this one. She did a fantastic comparison of the two. So without further blabbering, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I created this eyeshadow look with this palette. Okay guys, so I'm going to film the demo portion of this video. I started off with the white P. Louise base. I'm anticipating me not having very good luck with this palette, so I'm using a white base because that tends to help shadows with my skin tone, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going in with the Profusion brush. This is the blending brush from them. And I'm just gonna dip into you. I'm so scared. I'm so scared because I swear my group chat's like, everybody doesn't like this palette. And I'm like, oh, another dud. Why? Why, makeup gods? Why? So I figured, let me at least try a white base and see how that goes. So far, it seems to be helping with the shade Ew. It's really popping on my skin tone. I'm going to try and press and blend. And that seems to have worked really well there. So that's nice. One shade, promising. So I'm basically dragging this all the way to almost the outer corner. Okay, next I want to use this shade Amsterdam. So I'm going to grab another blending brush. I'll use this one. This is the AOA Studio E128. It's just another fluffy blending brush. I'm going into the shade Amsterdam, which is like a blue purpley color. Ooh, that's pigmented. When you tap it, it definitely shows up as very pigmented. I wanted to use a white base just to help myself with brighter colors. This side I like. This side, we're on the struggle bus. So let's try and build that up in the crease. Okay. I don't hate that. I'm going to go back into you with the same brush I used for you, just to brighten things up with the blue. I don't want the dark blue to eat up the green. I can't remember why she named the shade Ew. I watched her video explaining it. I love watching like reveal videos. They're so fun to watch. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab a small pencil brush. This one from Wet n Wild. It's pretty domey. I'm going to go into the shade Slasher, which is like a dark purple. And I kind of just want to add that in the outer corner. Just to see if I can help deepen things up a little bit. I feel like that was unnecessary. Ooh. Oh well. Okay, let me go back in with the blender with the blue on it. Just kind of pat that out. I think the purple was a mistake. Maybe I'll try and use that on the outer corner, on the lower lash line, I mean. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Now, I wanna use the shade Pride on the lid, and I did hear good things about these shimmers, so I'm hoping for good vibes. I'm gonna use my finger. Okay, it definitely feels wet. Ooh, pretty. Very pretty. Could definitely use a glitter glue, I think. But boy, oh boy, is it vibrant. That is a pretty color. So I need a flat brush, I think, to get a little bit more precise. So I'm going to use this one from the Cleona brush bundle. And so I'm going to pick it up with the brush and then wet the brush a little bit and see if that helps me at all. Oh yeah, these ones definitely feel like kind of have that, I don't want to call it a jelly. What would I call this? They kind of feel like Color Pop Super Shocks, almost. And then as soon as the wet brush hit the mat, oh god, it started breaking up the matte shadow. Wow, I just got like huge chunks of it all over. So I better clean that up, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to grab Ivy a bit and see if I can mix it with Pride. Ivy is like a white shade. Okay. We're going to stop right there. I'm going to clean up the lower lash line, finish up my face makeup, and then I'll be right back to show you guys how I do the lower lash line. Okay guys, so I'm almost done getting ready here. I just need to finish up my under eye. I think I'm going to go in with the purple and maybe a little bit of the blue. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to use the Linda Hallberg Mood Crayon in Cool Mood. It's like the perfect blue shade for this palette, if I do say so myself. And then I just need to grab a little blending brush like this. This is from Profusion, I believe, and it is the small pointed eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna go into the dark purple called Slasher, and I'm just gonna put that on the lower lash line, blending it into the Linda Hallberg shade, as well as the shade on the outer corner. Okay, and then I want to go into Amsterdam and just lightly blend it in to the purple. And then finally a little bit of Ew. Okay, and then for inner corner, I'm going to go into Ivy, which is a beautiful white shimmer. I'm just going to douse my inner corner with that color. And then I'm just going to do mascara off camera, and I'll be right back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so here is the final look. I had so much fun playing with this palette and swatching it for you guys. Before I continue to blabber on, I'm going to tell you really quick what's on my face. So for concealer, I use my Rare Beauty concealer. My lip combo is Juvia's Place Toffee and Caramel Rose. I have been loving these two together so much. And then for bronzer, I have been sticking to my Ambient by Hourglass. Highlighter is Give Me Glow California Dream, and then my blush is Melt Raw Honey, and I really like that shade. It gives me like a really beautiful mauve-y glow. I just go ham with all of those products, so I just wanted to mention those. I'll try and remember to link them down in my description box as well if you're interested in shopping any of those links. It does help my channel. Now, as far as the Beauty Bay and Nikkietutorials palette, I do believe this is out of stock, but I did see somewhere, I think Nikkietutorials herself posted a video that they are making another batch, so if you are considering picking this up, I would keep an eye out for that. We were also sent this little card. I think it just tells you like what brushes to use with what shades, and then I just want to see on the back here, it does say this is made in the PRC, distributed by Beauty Bay, 12-month shelf life. It is cruelty free and vegan, and it says some colors contain pigments which according to US law may not be suitable for use on eye area, and it says the packaging is recyclable as well. So I'm guessing it's like the red shades. I don't know if they noted which shades you can't use on your eyes. Personally, I don't have sensitive eyes, so I'm not too worried about it, but if you guys do have eye sensitivities, please make sure you are being safe with where you put these things. I don't want anybody to lose an eye trying to use an eyeshadow palette. You know what I mean? So anyway, as far as my experience, my first impression with the Nikkietutorials palette, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I was definitely nervous when I started playing with it. If you guys haven't seen, I very recently had a bout of bad luck with the Juicy Boost palette by Colored Rain, and Colored Rain had been a formula I had loved for so long, and I think I'm still a little bit scarred by that Juicy Boost palette. So when I see pressed pigments, I get nervous. I mean, I love eyeshadows, and I would like to think that I'm really good at using all kinds of eyeshadows, but I definitely have my preferences when it comes to eyeshadows. So pigments do make me a little bit nervous. They are harder to blend. You kind of have to place them and then like wiggle your brush around or press them in, and that's really how you're going to get your optimum application. The Juicy Boost palette, even that didn't work because, oh my gosh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm still trying to build myself up to using that palette on my channel because I haven't even shown it on my channel since that live. But yeah, honestly, I had fun. I mean, I only used like 3-4 of the shades in this palette, so I definitely need to try it out some more. This is definitely just a first impressions, but it was not as bad as I was expecting. I was expecting a disaster. I was expecting to shed some tears over this palette. It definitely could have still gone better. Like, I'm not saying this is 100% the best eyeshadow look I've ever done, but for the fact that it's an eyeshadow palette, the fact that this color story scared the shit out of me, I feel like I managed to pull through. So yeah, let me know if you guys picked up the Nikkietutorials X Beauty Bay collaboration palette. Are you thinking about picking it up when it restocks? What are your thoughts, comments, criticisms, random insights? I love hearing all of that from you guys. So that is it for this video. I will see you guys in my next one soon, and I will go ahead and link my eyeshadow palette playlist for you guys to enjoy some other new eyeshadow palette first impressions as well. I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!